Did I talk too much? Should have handled that.
Just
better.
let it go.
I wish I would stop.
I was thinking so much.
Take a breath. You're not alone. Counseling helps you sort through the noise with qualified professionals. Get matched with a therapist online based on your unique needs, and get help with everyday struggles like anxiety or managing tough emotions.
Visit BetterHelp.com/randompodcast for 10% off your first month of online therapy and let life feel better.
Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, especially if you're in the mood for festive, tasty treats. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get a Taste the Difference 6-pack of mince pies, half price at £1.75, Fox's fabulous Viennese assortment sharing box for £3.75, and Pringles Original and Sour Cream and Onion both £1.50, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18+, terms and conditions apply. Pringles offer ends 2nd of December, Fox's offer ends 9th of December, Nectar required, available in-store and online excluding locals. Delivery fees may apply and subject to availability. On today's Smart 7, COVID inquiry blames government chaos for deaths, Zelensky to negotiate peace deal with Trump, and much more. It's Friday, 21st of November, it's World TV Day, and happy birthday, Carly Rae Jepsen.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
An 800-page report from the COVID inquiry was published on Thursday, and it contained a damning indictment of Boris Johnson's government and their failure to respond quickly enough to the threat of the pandemic. The second volume of the inquiry's report estimates that as many as 23,000 lives could have been saved if the first lockdown had been implemented even 1 week earlier, after warning signs from the rapid spread of the virus in Italy and China. Chair of the inquiry, Baroness Hallett, was direct and clear in her criticism.
The decision to impose the first UK-wide lockdown was remarkable for the failure on the part of all four governments to anticipate or plan for the possible need for a mandatory lockdown. Many of the same failings were repeated later in 2020. This was inexcusable.
There was plenty of other criticism too, including the fact that the UK was prepared for the wrong kind of pandemic, Boris Johnson's chaotic and indecisive style of leadership, and Dominic Cummings' destabilising influence in number 10. Cummings rejected the charges, but Deborah Doyle of Bereaved Families for Justice was happy to lay the blame at Johnson's door.
Boris Johnson put his political reputation ahead of public safety. He pandered to his critics when the UK needed decisive action.
Ukrainian President Zelensky received a draft peace plan on Thursday from the Trump administration as he met with a US military delegation in Turkey, led by Army Secretary Dan Driscoll. Details of the 28-point plan had leaked on Wednesday evening, and the terms, which appear to have been primarily agreed between Russia and the US, included a number of red lines for the Ukrainian side. The Americans say Donald Trump is pursuing peace on an aggressive timeline, but the proposals, which include Ukraine handing over the Donbas to Russia, have sparked anger in Kyiv. Ukrainian MP Lisa Yasko spoke to BBC News.
Our reaction is very bad. Also, it looks as some kind of pressure on us when we are having a quite not easy days in terms of the political situation inside our country.
Zelensky says he will negotiate directly with US President Trump on the plan, and he has the backing of European allies, including EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas, who was at a meeting of foreign ministers in Brussels on Thursday.
What we as Europeans have always supported is a long-lasting and just peace, and we welcome any efforts to achieve that. Of course, for any plan to work, it needs Ukrainians and Europeans on board.
The annual UN Climate Summit, COP30, is due to wrap up this weekend in Brazil. The summit was interrupted by a fire in the conference centre on Thursday, with delegates evacuated, surely a fairly on-the-nose metaphor for the current state of the climate talks. The fire will delay the conclusion of negotiations, although with many of the biggest polluters, including the US, India and Russia, boycotting this year's event, it's not clear how much progress might have been made. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, who has been one of the loudest voices calling for climate action, addressed the event before the fire fire broke out.
It's about survival, it's about justice, and for indigenous peoples, it is also about protecting cultures and homelands that sustain our planet's vital ecosystem.
The chaos continued in the White House on Thursday, with Donald Trump taking to social media to demand that Democrats should be hanged for what he called the crime of sedition. It follows a video from members of the armed forces, filmed by Senators Elise Slotkin and Mark Kelly, in which they reassured serving troops that they didn't have to follow illegal orders. They weren't specific about what they might be, but Trump's use of troops in the US and the repeated strikes on boats in the Caribbean Sea are clearly on their minds. Trump's remarks predictably sparked outrage from Democrats, with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer asking Capitol Police for additional protection for the senators. Meanwhile, Senator Chris Murphy is not optimistic that the Epstein files will ever see the light of day.
There's only one reason Donald Trump has been fighting so hard to stop the release of these files. It's because this is potentially the biggest scandal in presidential history. He wouldn't have been squeezing arms as hard as he has been over the course of the last few months if that wasn't true.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Formula One heads to Vegas and Jeff Goldblum turns to wax. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, especially if you're in the mood for festive, tasty treats. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get a Taste the Difference 6-pack of mince pies, half price at £1.75, Fox's fabulous Viennese assortment sharing box for £3.75, and Pringles Original and Sour Cream and Onion both £1.50, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. Pringles offer ends 2nd of December, Fox's offer ends 9th of December, Nectar required, available in-store and online excluding locals. Delivery fees may apply, subject to availability.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back. Thursday night saw Women's Champions League action, with Chelsea's women taking on Barcelona, although there was a power cut midway through the first half which disrupted the game, and it finished with a 1-1 draw. Friday saw the Ashes get underway in Perth, with England having high hopes of taking home the trophy, but with 5 tests to go, it'll be January before we have a winner. This weekend also sees the Formula One Roadshow head to Las Vegas for the last US Grand Prix of the season, but Drivers' Championship leader Lando Norris is taking nothing for granted.
Things can change very easily, so of course I feel maybe a little bit more in control, but at the same time you're not in control of any of these situations, and I'm not thinking of it apart from just going out and taking one session at a time.
Today sees part 2 of Wicked finally hit the cinemas. Wicked for Good wraps up the 2-part epic story of Glinda and Elphaba and their journeys through Oz. The second part has new songs and a returning cast including the dynamic duo of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, along with Michelle Yeoh, Jonathan Bailey and Bowen Yang. Most important of all, Jeff Goldblum returns as the Wizard, and to celebrate the sequel he was honoured with a waxwork at Madame Tussauds in New York.
This is actually fantastic. I mean, those people are really good, and this is as photorealistic, sculptural, however you call sculptural, realistic as you can get. They really did do that whole day. They were like, oh, let's see they really went into a whole thing. There's a new Hunger Games movie on the way. The bad news is you're going to have to wait a full year before it hits the cinema. They dropped the first trailer for the Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping exactly 12 months before it's due to arrive in your local multiplex.
This is the 6th of the Hunger Games movies, and it flashes back 24 years for a prequel, which means a brand new cast as they compete in the 50th Hunger Games. The new stars include Jacob Zarda, along with Glenn Close, Maya Hawke, McKenna Grace and Billy Porter, and you'll just have to mark a big X on your 2026 calendar.
Twice the number of tributes, twice the glory. It's time for the second quarter quell.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, especially if you're in the mood for festive, tasty treats. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get a Taste the Difference 6-pack of mince pies, half price at £1.75, Fox's fabulous Viennese assortment sharing box for £3.75, and Pringles Original and Sour Cream and Onion both £1.50, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18+, terms and conditions apply. Pringles offer ends 2nd of December, Fox's offer ends 9th of December, Nectar required, available in-store and online excluding locals. Delivery fees may apply, subject to availability.
Hey guys, it's Paige from Giggly Squad, and if you're anything like me, holiday shopping has officially started. And you know where I'm going? Ulta Beauty. They have the cutest gift sets right now, like the Sol de Janeiro, Shea Rosa, and Cheer Perfume Mist Trio. It smells so good. I've been misting it everywhere. On me, on the street, on my pillow. It's a whole vibe. I'm obsessed with the Tarte Kindness Cafe Collector Set. It's packed with everyday makeup must-haves, and it's honestly too cute to wrap. And if you need a cozy little self-care moment, the Moroccan Oil Hand Care Essentials Kit is luxe, hydrating, and smells delicious. Don't worry if you can't decide right now. An Ulta Beauty gift card is the perfect gift for everyone. So whether you're gifting your bestie or yourself, make the season yours and head to Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty, gifting happens here.